Hello.
Oh my gosh.
Hi. How's it going?
How is everybody?
Y'all,
Are you guys ready? Because tonight,
I don't know if y'all, Sierra, I really don't know if the people are ready for tonight. Y'all, I looked at the slides, I looked at the content, and when I tell you that Sierra has put her heart into tonight's message and tonight's training, seriously, it's so good. And I'm not just saying that to gas her up or to gas y'all up, but I'm literally saying that because it's true. I've been sitting and listening to Sierra talk for like the past 4 years now. And when I tell y'all, this it's so good. It's really, really good. So, you know what you should do? You should go ahead and forward this link right here to your best friend, your mom, your dad, whoever you love, and you want them to show up and be the best versions of themselves like you are right now. Go ahead and send them this video. I'm letting you know it's going to be great. We are talking about it's not you, but how your systems can make or break your 2025 goals. Y'all, I hope you're ready. I'm excited. As you can see, I'm a little bit fired up because I
love you so
talking beforehand and I was like, yo, like this is really good. And not that anything else hasn't been good, but I'm just like, this is good. Like this is stuff that we need to hear and it's not being talked about. And I mean, as we get into it, you guys will see what I'm talking about. But
yeah.
Y'all.
Yeah. And thank you for that, by the way, Darian. And I appreciate it. Darian has been, by my side this entire time as I'm talking about everything. And she also hears behind the scenes where, some of the direction that I've wanted to go and some of the things that I've wanted to talk about. And tonight is probably one of the more important nights for me in regards to what I consider to be my life's work. And she even said, she goes, "You're just giving this away for free." And I'm like, yes, because this needs to be talked about. Okay. This needs to be talked about. And I have been sitting on this side of a screen or this side of the desk, helping people and trying to encourage and empower people to live their best lives, to set goals, to have systems that support them. But there's been something that's just been kind of chipping away at me in what I want to talk about and what I feel like is so important for us to consider as we move forward and make sustainable life changes and become our very best self that nobody's really talking about. And this isn't being discussed. And so tonight is really important for me to share with you all. And so I just want to say that, like, I just have to say that. I'm actually nervous. I don't get nervous. We've spent like how many hundreds of hours on screen, and I'm nervous because, like I said, because it's so important to me. It's so close to my heart. It's something that has been on my heart for a very long time, but especially as we move into this new year. And like I said, this is my life's work. And tonight is really me standing in that to invite you along on that ride and whatever that way that looks like for you guys. So tonight is going to be good and fun. And we're going to talk about some really important stuff. But also I want to acknowledge that some of the stuff I may bring up may be like, whoa, what is she talking about? And how does this apply to me? And there may be feelings that pop up for you. And that's okay. And it's normal. And I can pretty much promise you that every single one of us will be at some point with some factor of some point that we're going to talk about, we'll have those feelings possibly pop up and be like, dang, all right. Okay. And that's all I'm going to say. We'll go ahead and jump into the content. But yeah, we're going to talk about systems tonight, guys.
Yes. So y'all, this is part 3 of our 3-part annual goal setting series. If you have not, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to talk about the others up ahead, but like, feel free to check out the previous live streams as well. But tonight we are talking about systems. And if you think that you know what we're talking about, I'm going to let you know and say you don't. So get ready and buckle up and enjoy the ride because y'all, this is our final live of our annual goal setting series. And if you have been enjoying this time together, let us know in the chat and let me know what your biggest takeaway has been so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like, I mean, seriously, if y'all don't know who Sierra is, I don't know where you've been, but you know what? I'm gonna let you know who she is again. You can, of course, catch us on our. There we go. There was a little static there. You can, of course, check us on our previous live streams where we go a little bit more in depth about who we are. But Sierra is a founder and our CEO here at Moxie Life. She is also a business coach. Sierra has over 20 years of experience with workshop facilitation and one-on-one coaching. And literally, she has helped thousands. Some of y'all are in the comments here tonight. She has helped thousands of people, y'all, achieve their goals, and not just the things that they want to do, but she has helped people become the people that they want to be. So she is in the business of changing lives, and I'm like honored that I get to share this space and time with you. And so yeah, I love you so much.
I love you. I love you. And Darian, the amazing Darian, is not only my awesome co-host and emotional supports person here. She is the creator of our entire digital line. Her passion for digital goodness, whether it's digital planning or simplifying your life through digital tools, all of that. She's constantly innovating and inspiring all of us to live our best lives using the best digital tools available. And she's actually going to be bringing some of that goodness into Moxie Life and Club Moxie in 2025. And I'm just really excited about it because, listen, this is the next generation of goal setting, you guys. We're doing things different.
Yes. Yes. And so, again, tonight, as you go along with our live here, we know a lot of y'all have your planners picked out. You know what? Let me know right now. What is your planners system setting up? Let me know what your physical system looks like. What planner are you using? Are you using our physical weekly? Are you using our digital weekly? Are you using a daily? Maybe you're not using one of our planners, but maybe you're using one of our journals. Let me know.
Freebies?
Yes, there's yes.
Freebies. We haven't talked about them. We normally talk about them. You guys, there's so many freebies. We want to make our system easily accessible for you. So, times are hard economically for a lot of people. Or you might be like, ooh, I don't know if I'm fully ready to totally jump in, or I'm not really a planner. Whatever the reason is, please go to our website, moxielife.com, the free printables. There's so much stuff. We've given you a lot. If you pair even just the freebies with everything that we're talking about, you're going to have big change. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm loving seeing these setups, y'all. I'm going to keep showing them because you might need some inspiration. So I'm going to show them and pay attention to the comments, y'all, especially Team Replay. Y'all, these setups, oh, I can't wait.
All right, let's recap because we've covered some really good stuff, and we've covered stuff that we've never talked about before, which is that's what I love the most about these goal setting series, is that we can like tailor it to whatever we feel like we need as a community. If you are looking for how we go through the steps and the process of the actual goal setting in our system, please go and check our previous goal setting series. But this series is really about doing some things different and giving some new tools, new information about setting up a system that's really going to genuinely support you in making sustainable life changes. So session 1 was all about learning about external versus internal goals. And you learned to differentiate between goals that align with societal expectations and those that are actually rooted in personal values. The session we had last night was so much fun.
It was so much fun.
Much fun.
I mean, real quick. Okay, last night's session, if you have not, about literally using AI and the next generation of goal setting was so good. Let me know in the comments, have any of you guys went and played around with it? I will let you know that I personally, like after our live, I was talking to Sarah. I was like, hey, I've really been struggling with my word for the year. Normally I have my word of the year picked out. It's one of my favorite things that I enjoy doing, but I was really struggling, and I just feel like my goal, I feel like my word should be something, but it's not aligning with my goals. And she was like, because Sierra will check you. And she checked me real quick, and she was like, listen, you've done a lot this year. Are you sure you need to rest and have a maintenance year? You've been talking about how you need rest. Why are you kind of fighting it? And I was like, ooh, I hate that word. It's I literally, my whole body started, look, it's still cringing when I think about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to actually put into action what we just did. So I took the word rest to ChatGPT and fleshed it out. And I was like, I know, like, I just need a different variation of this, one that gets me excited and motivated. And we got our word of the year, y'all. I don't know about you. I'm going to go ahead and share my word of the year, but my word of the year is going to be cozy, because I am talking, like, I just want to lean into that. I'm resting and being comfortable and cozy in my own skin. And if y'all love Beyonce like I do, yes, it's a whole song that goes on with my word of the year. And I love that I was able to like go and use the system to help me get that. And I'm like really excited and motivated. So
I know. And it happened like the next day. Because she was like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay. And then she sent a text today. And that's so Darian. Like, I love it. I figured it out. Moving on. I love it. I
was like, I gotta get it.
Yeah. And like, she's so like excited. There's so much energy, where yesterday and it was literally just the shift of a word, because rest had a negative connotation to you. It didn't feel right. There was too much stuff getting in the way. And so when you found cozy, it was like all of a sudden you just lit up and it resonated. And that's goosebump goals, guys. You'll know when you find the thing, because you'll be like, yes, this is it. Keep going until you find that.
Keep going. I know. And if you need to come back to it, do it. I remember I was like, okay, I'm not getting it right now. So then I moved on to my annual goals and worked on my vision board and all of that. And I came back to it. And now I'm like, okay, let's do intentions. We got this. Okay. So
yes. Yeah. So last night, was all about AI, and actually using that as a tool to empower yourself to do the work that you're doing. To me, it is a phenomenal tool, as we're talking about, the tools and systems that we're going to use to create change. It is a really great supplement to the missing pieces in our life. If we need more encouragement, we need different perspective, if we need just some place to go to process and hash out all the things that are going on in our mind and heart, it's a great tool to use in that regard. And so, believe it or not, it is very much aligned with everything that we're talking about, because it's just one more tool that's going to be something that isn't tied to the external messaging that we're used to hearing and receiving and living by. And then tonight, we're talking about how systems shape your success. Okay. So I know you guys are all like, I got my system. Yes, you do. But we're going to talk about more than that. We're going to explore how external systems influence your ability to create meaningful change, and how internal systems, like the Moxie Life system, can empower you no matter what's happening outside of you. So we're going to go deep. We're going to go deep tonight.
Goosebumps are goosebumping, y'all.
I love you.
Okay, y'all. And we'll talk more about Club Moxie later, but I have to say this. If anything we talk about tonight sparks something in you, or you're like, you know what, I want to know a little bit more about this, I want to go a little bit deeper, y'all, now is the time to join Club Moxie. I'm letting you know, because the price is going up, and I want to help you out. I want to get you in before the price goes up. Okay. But we're also going to be sharing the incredible impact that Club Moxie has had on our community later on tonight. And I'm letting you know now, there are Club Moxie members in the comments tonight. So if you have questions, or you're like, hey, what's the real? How have you been changed through Club Moxie? What's your favorite part? Is it worth it? Tell me more. Go ahead, ask those questions, and hear from our clubbies, our team as well in the comments. Seriously, they're gonna give you the truth. They're gonna give you the real. Okay, so I just want to let you know. But we'll talk more about that later on tonight.
Yeah. And I want to add something to this, because we talk about like, oh, come and you can do the work, and it's a supportive community. I'm going to speak directly to you. If you are somebody who feels like you are missing support in this world, you feel lonely, you feel isolated, you feel confused, you feel lost, if you are searching for hope in what feels like a bleak world because the world around you doesn't embrace you and who you are, get your ass in Club Moxie. You hear me? Do not do life alone. Do not be isolated. I'm not joking. I mean this so much. We need community more than ever. Now is the time to do it. So please just come over. If anything, just let us love you and hold space for you. Okay?
Yeah.
Seriously. Like, I really genuinely mean that. The work and everything that we provide is amazing. But if you are just feeling like you're on an island, please don't stay there. Let us like wrap you in love and help you feel supported in this world. Okay. If you've ever felt like achieving your goals is harder than it should be, it's not because you're failing. It's because the systems around you might not be built to help you succeed. And I want to share this. I wrote something. I've been doing a lot of writing lately, and I had this free write, I don't know, a couple months ago, actually. And it was a lot longer than this, but I was able to kind of pare it down because it's something that's been on my heart for a long time, especially as we're like in our coaching group and I do all these trainings and I'm teaching, goals. And to me, you guys, when I started Moxie Life, I'm a planner. I love paper. I love all the stuff that, all the planner supplies and all the creativity and the organization and the systematizing and the color coding and spreadsheets and all that stuff makes me really happy. But that's not why I started this company. I mean, and again, like I said, tonight is for me a message from a place of what my life's work is. And that is to not just tell you to put goals on a piece of paper, but for you to actually feel empowered in this world to do your best work. I'm going to get emotional. Oh my God, I wasn't expecting this. So this message tonight is genuinely from my heart. Holy cow, I've never cried on YouTube. Here it is. As you listen to what I'm going to talk about, I want you to apply it to your life about where the world doesn't say yes to you and how you can start to make changes so that you can do your best work. Okay? And I really mean that. I didn't start Moxie Life to have a planner company. I started Moxie Life to change lives. And tonight's conversation is a big one. So I want to read to you. Go ahead and throw that back up. This was something I wrote, and we'll highlight everything that we're going to talk about tonight and really what has felt like a disconnect for me as I'm doing the work that I'm doing with everybody. But I want you to imagine that you're training for a marathon. You've got the best coach, a solid training plan, the right running shoes, and all the tools you need to succeed. You're motivated, you're excited, you've done all of the preparation. But when race day comes, the course is nothing like you expected. The roads are cracked and uneven, full of potholes and debris. Some parts are completely blocked off, and in others, the path is so slippery that you can barely stay upright. No matter how hard you try or how well you've prepared, you can't avoid the broken roads, and they make it nearly impossible to cross the finish line. This is what it's like to set goals without considering the systems around you. Even with the best tools and intentions, if the systems in your life don't support your progress, they'll slow you down or even stop you in your tracks. As a coach, my job is not just to give you the tools to cheer you on. Oh, sorry guys, was not expecting the emotion. I'm so sorry. It's also to help you see where the roads might be broken.
Take your time.
To show you how to navigate around those challenges. Holy cow, I might need you to take over. And to help you build your own path if needed, because when the course is clear, you are unstoppable. Okay, let's move on. All right. That story, hold on, I'll go back. I wrote that because I can tell you guys to set goals. I can have you dream and expand your realm of possibility. But if we don't consider the ways that the world around us doesn't support us, when we go into that race, we will feel like we can't make progress.
Mm-hmm.
And this conversation is so incredibly important, and it's hard. It's a hard conversation to have. It's hard work to move through, but it's time that we start having these conversations, and it's time that we start making these considerations in our life and how they impact us, how they not only affect our lives, but the lives of those around us, how we can do our best work in this world. And this is the time that we need to have these conversations. And I'm going to give you guys really powerful questions to consider how this applies to you And I'm not going to just leave you there. I'm going to give you some tips of ways that you can actually feel empowered regardless of the shit and crap that's going on around us at any point, whether it's out in the world, if it's in our homes, our families, our communities, our institutions, whatever it is. We can't control that, but we can control how those systems and the environments that we are in either contribute to our success or detract from it. And so, like I said, tonight is a big conversation for me. We're going to talk about systems. So I know some of you thought, oh, systems, Sierra's going to be talking about my planner. And it is one part of it, right? That's why we're here. Systems are the tools that we use to set and achieve our goals. So that's one part of it, right? A system is, your planner. Do you set and forget your goals at the beginning that you set at the beginning of the year? Do you have a system that encourages consistent action and progress towards what's most important to you? Do you have something that you can use to regularly check in and reflect to ensure that you're in alignment with your goals and the things that you're working towards? Does your system that you use honor where you're at and allow you to shift and change your goals as quickly as life and resources move and change around you? And the permission to do that, because I've mentioned this a couple of times in the other lives. I was told that if you set a goal, don't give up on it or you suck and you're a failure. No, we don't say that here. If it doesn't fit you, you let that shit go. And the amount of energy that we waste, the amount of emotional, mental, physical energy and resources that we waste trying to adhere to something that someone says we should be doing is taking away from the energy and resources and everything that we could be doing that actually is going to bolster us up and make us be the very best people that we can be. So it's time to let that stuff go. And a system that allows you to do that, to play, to actually consider on a regular basis, is this by my design? And is this in alignment with what I value? And all of that answer is going to be different for everybody, all of us. And this is what's so beautiful. All of us have so many different backgrounds and beliefs and values and dreams and aspirations. And it's beautiful. I want you to understand everything I'm going to talk about tonight is not assigning any ideology. It is not assigning any agenda. It is just an opportunity for us to come together and consider how the systems internally and externally affect what type of movement we can make in our lives. Now, this is the one that you probably weren't expecting me to talk about, but systems are also the structures, routines, beliefs, or environments that we operate within. So, for example, our workplaces, our family dynamics, cultural norms, and societal expectations. So here's some questions for you guys. For example, like your workplace. Does your workplace foster balance or promote burnout? It's really hard for me to tell someone, yes, go after those upward career goals if your boss is absolutely hell-bent on not promoting you or supporting your growth within a business. So the system, you can have that goal and you could be working towards it over and over and over. But if we don't stop to say, yes, but does your environment support you to make that change? You're running a race on a broken road. Your relationships, are your relationships supportive or draining? Are there toxic connections? Are there people that take you for granted? Are there people that use you for your energy and light and give nothing back? Are your needs disregarded in service of another? Does your family of origin or your key relationships reinforce the message? Thanks, Chrissy. Reinforce the message that rest is lazy and unproductive. And so for you to take any kind of time for yourself to fill yourself back up, which is absolutely normal, guys. I told the girls, I'm like, Passionate Sierra's here tonight. How do we then make sure that we have life harmony and that we are our best selves? How can we be our best selves if every time we stop to pause and not be on that hamster wheel and chasing those external goals and living by somebody else's expectations or needs or whatever? How the hell are we supposed to do our best work? It's almost impossible. If society has shaped your idea of success and worthiness that is so out of alignment of what you really value and who you are as a person, there's going to be internal tension. It's going to be hard. It's going to be absolutely difficult, if not sometimes impossible. And we're going to feel like we're on that island that I was talking about when we first started. Institutions, this is a big one. Are you actively encouraged to be your authentic self, or are there rules or constructs that threaten acceptance, belonging, or worthiness if you don't conform? These are big things. These are big conversations that need to be talked about. And I know some of you are like, I'm just here for the goals. Yes. And if we don't consider how our environment sets us up for success, either empowering us or disempowering us, we won't make change. And I would be lying to you. And I have felt so out of alignment not having this conversation, because I'm like, I can give you that marathon training plan. I can give you the best shoes. I can give you all of the things that you need, the tools. We can map out the world's best plan for that marathon. But if I ignore the fact that the road you're running on is broken, I am not a good coach. And I'm failing you miserably.
Oh, we just got to pause for a second and let all of that sit in for a second. See, that's good. That's good.
Now let's talk about how these systems, or the impact of systems, have on our goals. So systems can either empower us, which is to provide the tools, the support and encouragement, and the permission and freedom to do what you need to do and want to do, or they're going to disempower us, and it's going to create obstacles. It's going to create guilt, shame, overwhelm, burnout, stress, tension, all of that, right? Just real quick thought experiment, real quick. On a scale of 1 to 10, just throw this out. Where do you sit with those feelings? How, like, just in your average day-to-day life, 10 being like, I feel it all the time, and 1, not so often. How often do you feel those feelings of obstacles, challenges, guilt, shame, overwhelm, stress? Because even me doing this work and being so committed to this, I'm still going to rate myself an 8 or 9, because the reality is that we are surrounded by disempowering messaging and systems that tell us, hey, it's not okay for you to be you. Yeah, I had a feeling there'd be a lot of numbers. Now, see, these numbers are why we're having this conversation. And by the way, if you are on the low scale, hallelujah. Like, that is so beautiful and amazing. And that's the goal that we all want to get to. Like I said, we can't change we can't change the external, but we can change how the external affects us. And that's the work that we're going to start doing. And this is the work that I feel called to do moving forward in 2025 and beyond. I'm changing things up for me and how I show up for you guys and my team, and the messaging and the tools that we provide you guys. We're still doing all the stuff we've always done, but we're adding on. There's more that needs to be discussed. So let's talk about empowering systems. An empowering system is a partner who encourages self-care, or a workplace that values creativity over output, freedom and flexibility to explore and do things differently, community that encourages and accepts who your authentic self is. Disempowering systems look like hustle culture, unrealistic beauty standards, rigid parenting expectations. It's rigid conformity to rules and roles, and ideologies that value external markers of achievement over personal character. We've lost our way. We really have. We're going to get it back, guys. We're getting it back. And this is why change feels so hard, because we are socialized to follow certain rules and norms and constructs. And it's really genuinely, it is not easy to change when the systems we're in don't support the change that we're trying to make. That's why change feels so hard and scary. And this is why I said at the beginning of this, I do not want you doing this alone. If you are committed to genuinely making change and living differently and feeling good, you deserve to feel good. You deserve to feel happy. You deserve to feel hope. You deserve to go and spend your days. Our lives are short. You deserve to spend your days doing things that fuel your heart, to spend time with people who love and appreciate you, because you are lovable and worthy of being appreciated. You have gifts to give this world, but it is awful how hard we have to go to find a place that reminds us that that is the real truth. And the rest of it is just a bunch of bullshit and noise that we don't need. We don't need it. We don't need it. It's ugly. It's disempowering. It's discouraging, and it doesn't make the world a better place. Now, tonight, I'm not placing blame. We're not assigning responsibility or blame on anyone or anything. And I genuinely need to say that. And I'm not removing responsibility from our power to enact change, but I do want to increase our awareness. And recognizing this can help you shift from feeling stuck to feeling empowered. And that's my goal for this, is to plant those seeds of change for you in ways that you've never considered. So let's talk about what external systems look like. And these are, I'm going to give you guys this. I'm going to post in Club Moxie and our free Facebook group tomorrow a bunch of reflections to help you guys kind of take this and be like, okay, I'm going to chew on this a little bit. Sierra's dropping some crazy stuff. So how do I apply this? Here's some questions just to kind of get this, to kind of put some constructs around what it is that I'm talking about. What external systems, like societal, cultural, organizational, familial, institutional, feel like they guide or control the way you set goals? Do you feel pressure to meet expectations that don't align with your values? And if so, where does that pressure come from? Who's enforcing that pressure? And do you welcome that pressure? Does it feel yucky? Does it feel suffocating? Does it feel like you aren't worthy or lovable or will be accepted if you go outside of those expectations? Who or what defines success for you in the environments that you're a part of? That's work, family, social circles. What systems, habits, and routines in your life drain your energy or make it harder for you to focus on your goals? Are your key relationships healthy and supportive of your growth and change? Do they encourage you to be your whole, complete, and authentic self? This is important, you guys. I know me, I am constantly learning and unlearning and shifting and changing and creating new boundaries. And it's sometimes it's overwhelming, sometimes it's confusing, but most of the time it's so liberating. And I know when I start to get in the muck of stuff and I'm willing to be really honest and increase my awareness around my feelings, and I use my feelings as a guide. And you guys, I used to teach emotional intelligence workshops at the Graduate School of Management at UC Davis. So I have a lot of background around EQ and emotional intelligence. And EQ, people's EQ and emotional intelligence is actually, they've done studies, is one of the biggest markers on success and fulfillment in life. The higher your EQ is, the more happy you are, the more fulfilling relationships you have, the quality of life that you have is greater. It won't surprise you to know that the higher up in an organization or a business you go, that EQ tends to plummet significantly. CEOs have some of the lowest EQ scores out of any organization. Typically. So what my goal is here is for you guys to really listen to your emotions and let them guide you, instead of feeling, sorry, I'm all over the place. We're told, especially those of us who are socialized as women, actually, no, screw that. Men and women, little boys and little girls, don't cry. Don't feel your feelings. We are told from such a young age to let go of those parts of us that are
make us human.
Yes. And that's our number one guide. It blows my mind and it's so damaging. And I genuinely believe, and sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here. I genuinely believe that is one of the biggest reasons that we're having such a really deep mental health crisis, especially in America, but just worldwide. Nobody's talking about this stuff. We're not creating space for people to have these conversations and to bring back who we are instead of stuffing it down and feeling shame or embarrassment. And I don't know about you guys, but I literally grew up my whole life being afraid of being too much because I had feelings when I was growing up. And I very quickly learned that my feelings were really inconvenient for the adults around me. And so I learned to not share them. And being vulnerable and having those feelings can be really scary because the world around us doesn't tend to welcome that or appreciate it. And so I really want to lean into using our feelings as a guide. Okay, I lost my place because I went off totally on a tangent here.
Structures reinforce outdated beliefs.
Oh my goodness. Okay, what's one external system? Okay, wait, which one?
The one before.
Are there people or structures in your life that reinforce outdated beliefs about your worth or capabilities? How might you shift your perspective about their influence? Now, we're not going to change people. People are who they are. And we need to appreciate who they are, just like we want them to appreciate who we are. Going around and shaking our fists and our fingers at people are not going to accomplish anything. It's not. So even the people that are triggers for us or are, I like to call them Buddha teachers, people in our path that remind us where our work is in being able to handle their personality better. We can't change them, but we can change the influence that they have on us. Okay. And that can be silent. It doesn't even have to be discussed. It can just be something that happens in your mind and heart. What's one external system in your life that you'd like to redefine, change, or step away from? And how does hustle culture or societal messaging about productivity impact your sense of worthiness or progress? Yeah. These are big, you guys. They're big. These are really big. All right, let's talk about now they've thrown out the problem. Let's talk about this shift and the power of internal systems, because we can't always change the external systems, like I said, but we can create the internal systems to reclaim our power and foster growth. This is how we increase and boost our EQ, our emotional quotient. Internal systems are our routines, our practices, and mindsets that we can design to align with our values and our goals. All right. I love this quote. This is more about, the tools part of things, but James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, he says, you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And I've always liked this in regards to the planner. I'm like, you don't just set and forget your goals at the beginning of the year. Man, this is our life we're living. By the way, planners only focus on our schedule and our to-dos. What's up with that? No. No, thanks. That's why I created this planner to be hey, just so you guys know, you deserve to be center of your life before you address those schedules and those to-dos. That's why the system is important. That's why oftentimes we've had a really bad relationship with goal setting, because we were told that, if you don't accomplish that one goal you wrote down on a piece of paper 8 months ago, 12 months ago, you failed. You're a failure. You're not good at setting goals. You're not good at making changes in your life. That's bullshit. And I will tell you that right now. It is 100% all based on systems, 100%. And again, I'm not trying to assign blame, and I'm not trying to remove our own personal responsibility that we have in changing our lives, but it's something that needs to be discussed, and it's something that needs to be considered as we're moving forward through our stuff. All right, let's talk about what internal shifts look like. So when you think about your goals, what beliefs or mindsets do you carry that might need re-examining? What is one internal system, mindset, habit, practice, so this could be your goal setting, whatever, that you've used in the past to stay motivated or feel grounded? Do more of that. More in everything, in every area of life. These are things that we're going to say yes to. The past slide is the no's. Let's see. What small internal shift could you make this year to feel more aligned with your values? How can you reframe a perceived failure as part of your growth and learning process? This is literally the foundation of everything that we do at Moxie Life. We focus on growth and learning over external achievements. Again, external achievements are awesome. They're great. That's why we do what we do. But that's not it. It's a very small part of why we're on this earth. What does self-compassion look like for you when external systems make progress difficult? What mindset or belief has been most empowering for you during times of change, and how can you lean into that belief now? If you could create a personal system that supports your goals and growth, what would it look like? Planning, support group, therapy, daily habits, regular check-ins, mindset work. And you get to design it. And by the way, there's no shoulds here either. Like, don't be like, oh, Sierra's talking about all this stuff, I should do that. No, even with me, like everything that we're talking about, take what works and leave the rest with everything, and question everything that's coming out of my mouth. Question everything. Like, whatever works for you, perfect. And start there, and then grow and build on that. What would happen if you gave yourself permission to let go of systems, expectations, or routines that no longer serve you? Big work, big work. What is one way you could build resilience when external systems challenge your growth? And what's a small daily practice or ritual that helps you feel in control no matter what external systems you're navigating? All right, let's talk about strategies to empower those internal shifts. So reflection is a big one. Where do you feel unsupported in your life, growth, or goal process? So again, I'm going to give these to you guys so that you can reflect on this and you can think about it. And as you're thinking about, what you want from 2025 and beyond. Now, and again, I want to say this isn't to add more tasks or to-dos or to overload your already burdened schedule and energy resources. Okay. This is just stuff to consider, to chew on, to just increase awareness. And if there's something from this that does have energy for you, then pull that one piece out and have that be something you put on your idea garden in your planner or on a Post-it note somewhere or in your notes app, and just have it be something you're like, okay, when I'm ready, I'm going to integrate this. And when I feel brave to make this kind of change, then do that. We want to redefine the rules too. And I've talked about this, like that says who. So often, it really started in the beginning when I first started coaching. It came up a lot, the says who, because I would have people tell me, like, back in the day, I was a coach for a lot of executives. And I remember one executive I was talking to was really in a place of burnout. It was right when the economy was like going to hell. And I think this is 2008, 2009. And he was self-employed, and he was really struggling with feeling like he should wear a suit and tie every day. And I'm like, why? I literally was like, why? And so we made this like archetype where I used to call it Joe Tie Guy. And I was like, do you feel like you need to be Joe Tie Guy? But I was like, why? Like, says who? And it really, like, sometimes we have to stop, and I'm like, do you need the suit and tie to be good at your job? Are people not going to take you seriously? And he's like, no, actually, most of my competition and coworkers don't wear that, but I feel like I should, because my dad told me I should always wear a suit and tie. That's how I show that I'm a serious business person that deserves respect and should be taken seriously. And so it's like, sometimes we have to stop and be like, wow. And I asked him, I'm like, think about the amount of emotional energy and mental energy that you have spent fighting this paradigm, this rule, this outdated rule for you, when you've actually even logically decided that, yeah, it actually doesn't affect the way you do your job and it won't affect your bottom line. We need to stop and redefine what those rules are. So challenge what you've been taught about success and what makes somebody worthy. What would being and living your most authentic life look like if fear of failure and judgment didn't exist?
Yeah.
Set micro goals. Start with one small, achievable step that aligns with your internal values, even if the external systems aren't aligned yet. I feel like I'm in this a lot because, anyone who knows me in real life knows, and every once in a while it'll show up on my Instagram where I'll get really heated about something. And oftentimes I'm like, my internal values are really not aligning with the systems right now. And I get really pissed off. But it's okay. It's okay. Keep your keep your process private until you feel totally safe to share. Yes. And surround yourself with like-minded people and community that remind you that it's okay. You're going to be okay. And find community. That's the seek or create spaces. If you don't know of a space or community that's in alignment with the values that you have, create one. Create a book club that reads books on the things the change you want to make. Yeah. or have more fun, whatever that is. It doesn't have to be anything big. And then practice self-compassion. Growth is hard and it's totally okay. Give yourself grace for every step forward, even the tiny ones.
That's
All right.
good.
I want to talk about this because it's been on my heart to be like, we're more than a planner. Like, yes, planners are great and the goals are awesome. And we pour our heart and soul into the products that we provide. But really, like, why we are here is I want to bridge that gap between the external challenges that you have and your internal empowerment. So to me, the planner, like writing your goals down, is that's good. But like, we want to reinforce that you are on the right path, that you are doing okay. We want to let you know and be the opposite of the messaging that exists in the world, that somehow something you're doing is just not up to par or is wrong, or, whatever label somebody wants to throw in that jar. We want to rip that off so that you can determine what label needs to be on that jar.
Yeah.
And we want to encourage you to design goals that are flexible and rooted in your values, no matter what outdated paradigms you may be up against.
Yes. This one, when I tell, like, again, since 2020, like within the past 4 years, it has been so life-giving to have this community and to have a system that has been able to grow with me as I'm going through different seasons, before having a child, after having a child, and the navigations of postpartum and all of that. And then, like moving, going through, like, and to have a system that was able to grow with me and work with me, and to have a place where I could come each week and say, hey, why am I trying to set goals like I was 5 years ago? I'm no longer there. And to be able to have a system that can meet me there, it gives so much freedom and so much permission. And it's such a gift. And it's a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
Like,
it is. And, I have to say, I don't talk about the business part of things very often, but it has also been important to me to have a work environment that supports the people in our organization that are going through that. And to be by your side has been an honor, to support you as you've gone through all of those, different roles and transitions in life. And it's important. And honestly, we have the ability in whatever roles that we have, whatever communities we're a part of, whatever leadership that we have, to come in and enact change to honor the whole person, whatever that is. And I just think that, like I said, I think this needs to be talked about more, because there's a whole lot that we could, shake our fists at and get really pissed off about. But enough of that. Again, that's wasted energy. It's time to really invest in the things that say yes and empower us and help us be joyful, happy, fulfilled humans. We also have a no shame approach by embracing the messy bits of your process and life and everything that comes with it. Because life is messy, guys. And anyone who wants to say it's not that's not true. Life's messy. And we allow you to play with your goals and find your landing place on your own terms, on your own time. We have coaching and support to help you clarify your values and internal motivations while navigating the challenges that life may present. And this is, when I wrote this statement, I'm like, yes, this is my life's work. We empower you to live your best life by honoring and celebrating you on your path to becoming your most authentic self. And we're committed to supporting you in this process. And I know, like, I'm kind of wrapping things up here, and I realize this is a lot, I don't know, heavier, more thicker content than we normally talk about. But like I said, I feel like it is so incredibly important. And I want to get that conversation started. And I feel like it's a consideration and an awareness that we all need to start really considering in how it affects us, and to start making changes in the ways that we can. So we've got, actually, go ahead, Dee. I feel like I'm like
grab a drink of water. So let's talk about like how Moxie Life supports change. So the big one is reflection and awareness. We have tools that help you access areas where you want to learn and grow, set goals to support meaningful change, and reflect on your challenges, plus progress as you move throughout the year. And the way that like I see our reflection showing up, you're gonna see reflection not only, and I thought this was really cool when you created this system, was that reflection, like that. I mean, I'm gonna say there's a lot of magic in all parts of the planner, but I found that when I take the time to reflect each week, that's where I'm seeing, okay, why am I not doing the things that I'm wanting to do? Like I'm writing this thing down, but where am I struggling at? Like I can see, okay, this was my win, but what adjustments do I need to make? Maybe I'm going too hard. How can I pull it back? What's something small I can do? Which is what you talked about. And a lot of that happens when we take the time to reflect. And I find that sense of the awareness that comes from reflection super, super helpful. Another thing is flexibility and alignment. I'm all about flexibility, y'all. If y'all been around these parts, y'all know flexibility is but you have the freedom to play in your process on your terms, ensuring that your goals stay connected to what truly matters, even as circumstances change. Yo, we are human and we grow and we change. Why shouldn't our goals grow and change with us?
Absolutely.
I do not understand. Like, I mean, but when you think about it, like, I would like it took me years to let go of some goals that I set as a teenager because I felt like I wasn't living up to this young girl that I needed to honor. And it was like, what if I just let some of that go?
Right.
And to have a system that allows me to like change that and to take the shame away from that of letting some things go, like yes, 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 and play, y'all. Play, play, play. I
You need
think
to have fun.
have fun. Like, if
Joy.
you are not excited about the stuff you are writing down and you're not excited about the things that why are we here?
Right.
What are
Absolutely.
we doing this for? And so yes, flexibility and alignment and then
Mhm.
support and sustainability. Oh, this is hard. Sustainability. And so, okay, so
Yeah.
we understand that burnout that occurs in unsupportive systems and encourage you to honor your personal needs so you can feel your best from the inside out. This is where I feel like I still need to do work. Like, if I'm being honest, is leaning into how do like the support and asking when I need help.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
True.
also like sustainability. How can I set myself up where I'm sustaining myself and I'm not going so hard and then I crash and burn?
Yeah.
I need to rest. And then I crash and burn. Then I need to rest, which is why my word of the year is rest, y'all. So like, sustainability, like
Yeah. Yes. You know what? You actually, one of my favorite sayings or like concepts that have come up since we started Moxie Life is something that you said a long time ago. Do you know what I was going to say?
is it the capacity?
Mhm.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
have you say it because I feel like I'm gonna butcher it, even though I said
No,
it.
you're like, just because I'm capable, I'm
Just because I'm capable to do all of the things doesn't mean I have the capacity to do all the things.
yeah.
And for me, that has always been something that I just had to like remind myself of. Like, and just because I don't have the capacity for something doesn't mean I can't do it. I just maybe don't have the bandwidth to do it in this moment. And to have like a system that encourages that and supports that is just
Yeah.
so amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That's always stuck with me. I'm like, oh, is it a capacity thing? Okay, this I want to leave this with you guys. You are not broken. If you have ever felt like you are broken for any reason, or you're not good at something or whatever, you're not broken. You're not failing. It's not you. It's often the systems. And with the right internal tools and support, you can thrive regardless of the obstacles. Okay. And that means sometimes it's even our family of origin. I grew up in my childhood is no secret. I talk about it often, was complete and utter chaos for so many different reasons. And I took meaning about myself from that. And I worked myself to the bone. I shared my story in session 1 about how I thought that doing all those things, those external goals, was going to make me perfect, whole, and complete, not realizing I already was before. And that was because the system, the family system that I was in, the economical system I was in, told me I was not okay. I was not okay and I was broken because I was poor, because I had a single mom, because I didn't have a dad at home, because we moved a lot, whatever, all those things, because we were on welfare. I was homeless at one point, or we were, my family was. The system, the economic system that I was a part of in that situation made me feel like I was not good enough. And that is not true. That is not a lie. And if I believed that, I would not be sitting here today telling you guys that that's not true about you either. And so we've got to stop this madness. And when you see someone reinforcing that bullshit, you call them out on it, okay?
Absolutely.
And remember that change is possible even when it feels overwhelming. You have the power to design a life that aligns with your values at your own pace and in your own way. And I want you to start thinking about what living differently looks like for you. Because this is the year we're going to do it. And we're going to do things differently. And we're going to move forward. And we're going to be our best selves. And we're going to kick ass. And we're going to invite everyone that we can that who's willing to come along with us. That includes you guys and anyone in your lives. Like this is important stuff.
Oh my goodness.
All right. And making changes is scary. You don't have to do it alone. So here, we're going to give you guys some information about Club. Make those internal shifts in a supportive community. I want to share some of these testimonials because we've got some new ones coming. And I know some of you guys have kind of been on the fence. And I love this one. Using the Moxie Life Planner, I have all the goals and plans to do more. Oh my gosh, to do more and better myself in all 8 categories. Club has made me think deeper on the why. The saying "says who" has made me realize I need to stop thinking about expectations of others and do what makes me happy. Doing what makes me happy doesn't always agree with those around me. During the pandemic and after, Club has made me reset my mindset. It has also made me more assertive, especially as an introvert. And in the end, make me reset my goals and use my flagship planner with my intentions, which I love, love, love. This one's great. I was nervous to join Club Moxie for many reasons, but when I tell you that it has changed my life, I'm not exaggerating. Yes, there is a cost involved, but I more than make up for that cost with what I have gained in terms of mental health, more overall life focus, and a community that shows up for each other in so many ways. I have periods where I have more time to invest in the activities, but even when I'm less involved, I know that there's a group of people available to support me in all areas of my life. If you're on the fence, definitely try it out. You really have nothing to lose.
Yes. And then we have another one that says, I used to focus more on my faults, my inadequacies, and how I wish I could be more X or Y. In the past 2 years of being in Club, though, I started to realize that those inadequacies, those are simply not things I excel at. And it's okay. Even by stepping back when I'm feeling stressed and irritated and being able to name why, I'm able to better understand why I feel off. Come on, self-awareness. To anyone hesitating, it is totally, totally worth it. It is like 24-hour life coaching, but with the help of more than one person. The resources available and the interaction is priceless. The group is very active, and the leaders and coaches are always available to answer and interact. It's just much more than I imagined, and it really is helping me move forward this year.
I love you, Clubbies. We have a lot of Clubbies in the comments, by the way. They're here tonight.
Yes. And so looking forward into kind of some of the things that we're talking about. So we talked a little bit more about like a lot of those systems today and like the society and like a lot more. And we're going to dive a little bit more into that in January, but we're going to be talking more about like physical systems that you can also set up to support you in your goal setting that's beyond your Moxie Life Planner. We're going to get really geeky in January. So I'm excited about that. You and your goals, and we're going to be talking about attachment theory. Y'all, I cannot wait. And I already know, not only you don't know her, but you are going to meet her. But Tracy Webb, our mental health coach, is absolutely freaking phenomenal. It's like a walking like superhero in real life. I'm not even kidding. And you like, not only do we get a life coach perspective in Club, but we also get a mental health perspective as well, which is fantastic. And so
I want to say something more about Tracy. Tracy's been a therapist for 20 years. She's also a PsyD candidate. So she is in the process of getting her PhD in psychology. And she has worked with some crazy, talk about environments. She was in a level 4 prison doing therapy work with the inmates there. And like when I tell you, she has the ability to come in and just transform the most negative, crazy, chaotic something and just turn it into like a silver lining. It's literally masterful how she does it. And I just love sharing space with that woman. She's beautiful and amazing.
Absolutely wonderful. Like, she's a Shira. I love her. I love our team. And I'm not just saying that to be saying that, but it's genuine. It's absolutely genuine, y'all. And so again, the prices are going up in January, y'all. We don't say we didn't tell you. Do not say we didn't tell you. We're telling you now. So literally, and if you're like, okay, but I'm on the fence, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Add it to your wish list. Send it to your people. Send it to your partner. Send it to your bestie. Maybe they all tag team in and they get you the gift for you to be able to help show up for yourself as well. Or gift it to yourself. Say, hey, this is what I'm doing for me. I'm showing up. I'm taking care of myself. I seen someone say in the comments, like, I did this for myself. Like, absolutely. But we wouldn't be sharing about this if we didn't believe in this. And we wouldn't be sharing about it if we didn't see the lives that have been changed. Okay. So
yeah.
Y'all, if you love tonight, if you loved yesterday, if you loved the night before, you've been watching it, maybe your team replay, y'all, you can still, there's always room for us over there. And what do they get for joining, Sierra?
Yeah, so we are running a bundle promo. And again, you guys, I know this is like, oh, sales pitch, but no, I'm actually like, please come into our community so we can love you. And like, literally, I'm like, I just want to create this environment where y'all can just go out there and just do amazing shit. Like if you can't feel how passionate I am about this from the start of this, I genuinely mean this. Like, I want you guys to come. But we've made it fun for you guys to sign up with some good bundles. And like I said, you will lock in the price. You'll get grandfathered in. This is just for anything after January 1st. If you start after or sign up after January 1st, the price will go up. But if you sign up now, you'll get this bundle. You'll get there's a binder. I wish I had one close by, I could see it, but go to our website and you can take a look at it. It's got dividers that have all the different topics and worksheets that we do every month. So Club has a monthly training and a Q&A and weekly Zoom sessions for you to do your goals. We have social events. We have guest speakers, best-selling authors, and amazing podcasters and did I already say best-selling authors have come in and shared their goodness. We do such amazing stuff. But anyway, the binder is there for you to keep the physical worksheets if you like to print them off, or you can store them digitally. So we'll also give you the digital notebook and you get the little charm. It's our collector item for this year. And yes, don't wait. So go to clubmoxie.com if you're interested in getting more information. We have 2 options on the website where you can sign up for yourself, or you can send that little link to someone and be like, Dear Santa,
get me this.
Yeah. and it's a great gift. What a thoughtful, sweet gift for somebody to give you, or for you to give to somebody else. I know some people are like, I've seen people say, well, I don't want to give this as a gift or tell people I know to come in because I talk about such personal stuff, which is totally valid and we get it. But have someone else gift it for you.
Yeah, you gotta send it to them.
Yeah.
But y'all, I want to know before we close out, we have spent the past 3 days together talking about some great stuff. I gotta know, what has been your biggest takeaway from our 2024 annual goal setting series? I know there was a lot that we talked about, but we want to hear what your biggest takeaways were. This has, Sierra, girl, you were on fire. I was like, someone will have to go throw some water on her. She is hot. Like, let's go.
I love you. And I want you guys to, like I said, I'm gonna put up a PDF in the free Facebook group because I don't want to just leave you hanging. I'm not trying to open up a wound and be like, oh, out the door. It's more reflections or journal prompts, however you want to use them, or just things, like I said, things to chew on, or even talk about it with your loved ones. I mean, bring this up, like talk about, what rules. My husband and I talk about this all the time. What rules are we still playing by that don't fit us? How are we still maybe conforming to outdated roles that like are actually making us miserable. And those are really hard conversations to have, but they're so powerful. And that's how you start to really shift and mold and design the life that really feels good to you and that you're happy to have. So I will have that PDF in the main Facebook group on Facebook. So go there. It's a free group. There's a lot of amazing stuff. Even if this isn't the right time for you for club or it doesn't make sense, still go there and talk about your process. There's a lot of clubbies that are in there, and we're in there in the free Facebook group. So the support is really good. The conversations just aren't as deep because it's a public group and some people prefer to do all of that work in private. So that's why club is a little bit safer. We have deeper conversations and we do this deeper work there. But I love you guys. I hope that this has been helpful for you, and hopefully we planted some seeds of change. And I just want to send you guys off to have the best year of your life, regardless of the craziness that's going on in the world. You deserve that. You deserve it.
We love y'all.
Bye.
Bye.